How can a country that is generating just 3,547 megawatts of electricity, at any particular time, suddenly go down to 39 megawatts and then zero load in all the discos? I mean, that's like throwing the country into darkness.
Nigerian power crisis in 2026. Why solar is no longer optional. Nigeria electricity sector is currently facing one of its most serious crises in recent years. As of March 2026, gas suppliers are threatening to shut off gas supply to thermal power plants because power generation companies owe them about 3.3 trillion in unpaid debt. Now, here is the scary part. Thermal plants produce about 70% of the electricity on Nigeria's national grid. So if gas stop flowing, the light goes out, just like what we are experiencing currently. So what is really happening? The problem is not just the 3.3 trillion. The entire electricity sector is dealing with a liquidity crisis of over 6.8 trillion. Here's how the problem flows. Customers struggle to pay. All this bypass. They struggle to pay discos. Discos cannot fully remit to the market. Then the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company cannot pay Gencos, and Gencos cannot pay gas suppliers. So gas producers are now saying no payment, no gas. And as a result, power generation has already dropped below 4,000 megawatts nationwide. When you consider that for a country with over 200 million people, that number is extremely frustrating. So what this means for businesses and homes during this period, when grid generation drops, several things happen. Blackouts become more frequent, just like we're experiencing now. Can't remember the last time I saw grid lights. Voltage becomes unstable. Businesses spend more on diesel and petrol. Production slows down. Small businesses suffer the most. And with the current global fuel prices fluctuation due to the geopolitical unrest and tension, running generators is becoming even more expensive by the day. In simple terms, depending fully on the grid in Nigeria has become very risky. Why solar is more important now than ever? I don't even need to remind you that solar is now important because it is a strategic necessity, not just an alternative. Solar power gives you something the grid cannot guarantee right now: energy independence. When you install a solar system, your electricity is generated directly from the sun, which means your sun pays the bills. Your batteries store energy for night use. Your home or business becomes less dependent on grid instability. And the best part, the sun does not send invoices, does not go on strike, and it does not stop shining because of market debt. The reality of the future: Nigeria's power sector reforms may eventually stabilize in the feasible future. But until then, businesses and households must start thinking about energy resilience. Solar is no longer just about saving money, it's about securing reliable electricity in an uncertain power market. So I conclude with this. The current crisis shows one thing clearly: waiting for stable grid power in Nigeria may take longer than expected. Those who invest in solar solutions today are not just buying electricity, they are buying stability, control, and peace of mind. And in today's energy landscape, that might be the most valuable investment of all time. I hope you join the bandwagon of people who are currently enjoying peace of mind.